Hey guys, my name is Jemmy, and today we are going to be talking about Final Fantasy XIV and everything about Chocobos. Now, Chocobos are so cute and they've been around forever. I think they've, pretty much been one of the icons of the Final Fantasy series. And so, of course, they are not left out in this Final Fantasy MMO either. So we will discuss on how to get your own personal Chocobo that you could both use as a mount and as a, battle companion for yourself. Starting off, you will have to be part of a grand company. Now, you could be a part of these grand companies just by following the main quest storyline, meaning that you will have to follow the storyline of the class that you had originally started the game off with. So basically your combat class, whether it be a pugilist or gladiator, lancer, archer, arcanist in the release, and I believe conjurer and thaumaturg as well. So any of those beginning classes, you could choose any of those, and so you'll have to progress through the storyline, meaning that you'll have to be a certain level, and then they will ask you to join or pick a grand company. Now you could choose between the Maelstrom, which is in Limsa, and the Order of the Twin Adder, I think that's how they pronounce it, which is the one in Grid, and the one in Alda, which is the Immortal Flames. And at that time, you will choose the Grand Company and you'll be basically part of that, and there is a ranking system within that. So once you join a Grand Company, when you open up your character profile, on the profile tab of that, you should see your Grand Company listed there. So you will have to be a part of the Grand Company, like I said. And at that time, then you will start gaining seals. Now, seals are basically your Grand Company currency that you could use to purchase certain goodies, I guess you could say. And if you're not sure about how many seals that you already have, you could simply go to the character and tab over to the currency. You will see the gil, which is game currency, and beneath that should say company seals. And those are the seals that you obtain from doing certain things under your company. Okay, so now we know what seals are. Where do you get them? You can get them by doing certain things, by talking to your sergeant of your Grand Company that you joined, and they are in various locations in camps. So you just need to simply find one, and then they will give you the option of doing either leaves or supply and provision missions. Leaves are basically quests that once you complete and turn in, you could trade it in for experience, gil, seals, or even sometimes items. The supply and provision missions that you can do basically incorporate the crafting and the disciples of the land. Supplies would be for disciples of the hand, any kind of crafting. It will specify which items they want you to craft, and if you can craft it, you could turn it in for seals and again gil. And for provisions, it would be basically for disciples of the land, which means mining and gathering, where they want you to mine or gather certain things that you could trade in for gil and seals as well. So we basically got some seals. So what are these seals used for? Now, if you go to basically where your Grand Company is located, so the city that is incorporated with that, so either Limsa, Alda, or Gridania, you would go and meet your quartermaster. Now, of course, they would be named according to your Grand Company, and when you talk to your quartermaster, a menu will come up. And depending on your rank, you could trade in these seals for certain weapons, armor, or miscellaneous materials. But of course for us, since we are talking all about Chocobos, basically you would want to go to materials, and there you will see on the bottom something called a Chocobo issuance. Of course, the front part where mine says Storm, yours would be different depending on which company you decide to choose. And once you get your issuance, it should be in your inventory, and at that time you should see it. You can't trade it or, I believe, destroy it either. From there, you want to go to a Chocobo stable, and then after that time, you will turn in that issuance and they will issue you a Chocobo. You will name it, so you can name it anything that you want. And then from there, you have your very own Chocobo. Now, to have your Chocobo fight in battle with you, you will have to talk to the Wandering Minstrel. There is one minstrel for each city, so you don't have to go to one particular city. There's each one there. Usually they're hanging around the companies, so they're easy to spot. Once you talk to the minstrel, you want to basically click the option of prime your Chocobo for battle. He could also do other things such as to help you rename your Chocobo if you decide later on that the name that you chose was, I don't know, weird or something. But yeah, so back to priming your Chocobo. Once you click on the prime button, it says that your Chocobo is ready to join you in battle. Now, your Chocobo cannot be summoned within cities, so either Grid, Limsa, or Gridania, you can't have Chocobos in there. If you already have it out and you're riding it as a mount, they will tell you to get off the mount. Now, if you summon your Chocobo out and you go into the city, you will go into the city without your Chocobo, but when you go back out of the city, then your Chocobo will magically be right next to you like it never left. Now, something key that you need to summon your Chocobo to help you in battle would be something called Gisel greens or Geisel greens. Yeah, pronunciation on that, it varies depending on, how you want to pronounce it. So, potato. But basically, each time when you summon your Chocobo, you will use one of these greens. Hence, if you run out of the greens, you will have to purchase them from an NPC. We got them from Bango Zango, but they might change the NPC that sells them. So just be aware of that. You just need the greens. Just get them somewhere. Just ask the open world. I'm pretty sure they'll help you out. And of course, for ease of use, you could simply set your greens to your hotbar, so you can simply click on them whenever you want to summon your Chocobo. And once again, you can only summon your Chocobo outside of the city limits. So once you're outside and you are alone, just doing some quests, and you just want a companion to help you out, then you can simply, use one of your greens to summon out your Chocobo. Once you summon your feathered friend for a battle, you could actually customize them in a way that will help you the best. You could either have the Chocobo simply follow you wherever you want to go, or be in a defender stance to, defend when they're being attacked. Also be in healer stance to help heal you or themselves. Or you could allow them to be in a free stance to allow them to make their own decisions on whether to be in a defensive, offensive, or healing stance. Or you could just put them in an attacker stance just to simply do offensive moves. And once you're finished with your solo grind or questing, you could simply withdraw your Chocobo so that you could go on and move on to other stuff that you want to do. A key thing to keep in mind for calling out your Chocobo is that they basically are kind of like you are in a party with them. So when you call them out, you will actually see your Chocobo's life bar next to yours as if you were in a party. Hence, when you're trying to queue up for such dungeons or guild heists or even trials, you are not able to do so unless you break your group with your companion, meaning that you will have to withdraw your Chocobo before you could queue up for anything. So with that said, Chocobos are great for if you want to just grind out a couple of mobs for materials and you don't have any friends to help you, or if you just want to do some leaves. Keep in mind you can only do the regular leaves. You are not able to do grand company leaves with your Chocobo, I think. But if it's wrong, I'll just put a little note on there, but that's what I saw. Now, besides using your Chocobo as a battle companion, you can actually use them as a mount as well. Now, you can't use them both at the same time, obviously, since you have one Chocobo. You have to have it either in battle or either as a mount. If you want to use your Chocobo as a mount, but you already have it called out, you will have to withdraw your Chocobo back into its stable, and then at that time, once you have it in the stable, you can use your Chocobo whistle and call it out, and you'll simply just be riding it right there, and then you could use it for travel. And then after that, you could withdraw your Chocobo or get off the mount, and then at that time use another green to summon your Chocobo back into your party so that you could continue on with your leave or continue on with, grinding out mats. So that's about all I have for you guys today. I've shown you where to go to get your Chocobo, what you can use your Chocobo for, which is for a mount and also for a battle companion, and just how cute they are. I hope this makes it a little bit easier for you guys to navigate so that you could get your Chocobo as soon as possible, because I know that once the game is released, I know that, if you see people riding on Chocobos, it's like, oh, I want one. And so now you know how. So yeah, I believe a video version of this Chocobo video will be out once NDA is lifted, so you could go ahead and keep on a lookout for that if you want to see a more visual oriented Chocobo thing. So basically I'm doing the exact same thing as I am here. However, if you just want to see it in movement rather than still photos, then definitely that will be up later on. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you later. Bye bye.